So close on many occasions to getting that podium, today being yet again and the history-making duo from Maldives. Firing points G and H, Karini Dominic and Fabrian Anna. In a historic match, we have the finalists Rizleen, Mariam, Sumaya and Nish. So this is their chance at redemption. This is where they will be coming on really Ugjasia, Anshul Batra and Rudyashri Kondo.
Generally, this is the place where the gold medalists are made. Karini 10.5, Fabrian 10.3, a 10.3 from Hrudaya as well. The better it is for your timing, but on the other end of things, Hrudaya taking quite a lot of a time.
He's not going to be happy with that, and neither is Rizlian with a 9.3.
Big Teshova trying to get at least a 10-pointer. Has been pretty scattered. But on the other side, the 4 shot from Anshul Batra, and he is not taking long times to get his shot right. A 10.3 and another 10.3 from him. Whereas other nations, Asia, a 10.8 on her end.
This is the event of synergy, of partnership, of how well you know your partner and how well you can.
The first round is coming to a close, and Team India are sitting on the tabletop. 102.1 point for them, but the eyes on the lad. Hrudaya have been very much consistent as well, but the start is what matters for second round, and the start is quite dicey. He's shaking on the barrel. A 9.8 from Hrudayashri, whereas Anshul scoring a 10.4. But when you see the other nations, especially Indonesia, a 10.5 and a 10.4 on the 6th shot, and they are getting even more accurate with every quite far off target, and slowly and steadily. As for the scoreboard, again, if you look at the cluster, Anshul, who barely misses, and gone too far out with a 9.4, and I think this is the lowest we have seen in this youth finale till now. And on the other side, the second series have kicked off really well for Kyrgyzstan, getting all the shots being centralized, and similar things can be said for Karini yet again. Very consistent on the accuracy, and it looks like that the deduction of 2 points which led Indonesia to a second slot, they want to just rise back up. Kyrgyzstan, they had already set up round 2, and if they're able to accumulate enough points, there is a possibility that the tables might turn after the initial.
After signing, you cannot add anything. Yes, yes. So
Near the end of the second series here.
because he don't want to revise it.
A last 10.6
So for me, I
from
will ask the
Batra.
race to make a new IR.
This is the kind of partnership that makes winning teams. A 203.6 for Indonesia, 203.3 for Kyrgyzstan. India leads with a 2. Yeah, at this range, as the Sugars begin to fire their first shots of the third round, the third series. Some great shots. 10.7, 10.6, a 10.8. Each shot they fire closer to the 10.9s, but harder to be consistent given they are still the youth category. They do not carry as much experience, as much expertise as their senior counterparts.
Quick on the trigger, getting even more shots for him. Whereas we can see the teammate Hrudaya taking her time and scores a 10.7. But now with Indonesia and Kyrgyzstan, the scores are getting even more closer and closer. This competition is exactly how we imagine it to be. All similar things cannot be said for Nasheed, missing out quite a few. But now Indonesia, Karini and Fabrian, both these players quite close in terms of scoring. A 10.7 and 10.6. Quite humongous numbers. And Indonesia
taken the lead with a 287.7, with some shots yet to be fired by the remaining teams, the remaining shooters. Less than 90. 10.7 and 10.6 from the Indonesian shooters, going to take them a long way. A 10.8 from Kondur, with Anshul Batra with a 9.7. This is what I am talking about. This goes beyond just individual sport.
It is Indonesia sitting on the top. 309.2 for them. 308.2 for India. 305.7 for Kyrgyz Republic. And Maldives 294.1.
After 3 complete rounds of the 10-meter air rifle mixed team youth, we are now beginning with the single shots. We are through with 15 out of 24. This is the 16th shot the shooters will be firing. After 3 of these shots, that is after 18 shots, we will see our first elimination. Most of these shooters have managed to shoot above a 10 in this particular single shot, with only Bekta Shova and Nasheed.
It is quite closer comfort for both Indonesia and Indonesia. They are just looking to tie up this competition. 329.9 for India for the third slot. And as things stands, it is looking very unlikely for a comeback to occur from here on. Maldives completely on the bottom, unable to get those big high scoring numbers as well. And having
one last shot to go before we have our first elimination. Maldives team here fighting for that last. Mislead and Nasheed, who come from the beaches, absolutely stellar performance.
But with this, a 10.5 and a 10.7 from Anshul Batra and Hrudaya Shri. Both of them getting almost near perfect right now. But on the other,
tough luck from Maldives, but great performance. Great to see you in the top 4. But now the podium is locked. The podium is going to be India, Indonesia and Kyrgyz Republic. A huge difference between the top 2 countries, India, Indonesia and then Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan most likely the next bronze medalist for the battle for gold.
The distance between Indonesia and India is repeatedly getting increased up. And this time, a 1.1 separating them. That's 6 and coming in from his side. But Kyrgyzstan a 10.2. Indonesia, the direct counters on a 10.3. But Hrudaya 10.6, a 10.3 for Indo yet again. Team India, consistent 10.6 by them. And Indonesia getting a consistent 10.3. They have to make sure that they get close to the perfection, but it is Anshul Batra with a 10.7, Karini a 10.4 and a 10 from February. Indonesia getting quite far away.
Bronze medalist, Kyrgyzstan with a big gap from Indonesia to actually cover up the match, becoming more one-sided with every passing shot. These were the last shots from the Kyrgyzstan shooters, Bekta Shova and Muratov. Let's see how well they do. Muratov with a 10.7, that is what we were talking about. Asian bronze medalist is Team Kyrgyzstan, Bekta Shova Zhibek and Abdulrazak Muratov. Congratulations. Their total was 426.8. You have won the bronze medal. We will now be proceeding with the next and the last 3 shots for the gold and silver medals.
.436.2 against 433.3. That's a quite big margin to be overcome, and a 10.9 as well for Anshul Batra. On the other side of things, it cannot be said for the Indonesian players. Fabrian trying to get a scoreline close to it, and he gets a 10.6.
For the next competition
India leading with a score of 457.1. That is Anshul Batra and Hridaya Shri Kondur. Followed by Indonesia with a 454.3 with Dominic Carini and Fabrian Anang. This is the 23rd shot of the 10-meter air rifle mixed team duel. We are 2 shots away from knowing who takes.
Anshul Batra this time quite off target for his standard, but has been covered up pretty well by Hridaya. A 10.8 from her. Although Indonesia with a double 10.5, it does not look like 23.
Indonesia might not be winning the gold, but this is what we call stellar partnership with both on 10.5 simultaneously. We are down to the... It has been a great match, but the leaders... Last shot fired from Anshul Batra, a 10.1. 10.3 of the 10-meter air rifle mixed team youth. The gold medalist, India with Hridaya Shri Kondur and Anshul Batra with a 498.4. Indonesia takes the silver medal with Dominic Carini and Fabrian Anand with a 495.9. The bronze medalist, Kyrgyzstan Republic with Zhibek Bektasova and Abdulrazak Muratov. Congratulations to all the 3 winning teams, the young champions, the young lads. These were some stellar performances.
Pretty dominant indeed, and the partnership between Hridaya Shri and Anshul Batra, just a class apart. They started off on the 2nd position in the initial 5, but then taking the momentum and being consistent with those 10.51 on average, making sure that they not only create a lead, but also increase it with every shot being taken. Indonesia, they put up a great show yet again and securing another silver medal in their tally.